Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for being with us here today, and thank you for your constant communication with me personally as this was developing. I'm obviously really excited about it. About 10 days ago, I launched a project through my office called Share Your Story. And I asked, in anticipation of all the money coming into the state and some of the misspent funds from the BTOP program in 2009, don't want to make that mistake again. I think you and I talked about that. So, amazingly, I've gotten 902 stories. These are from people all over the state of West Virginia that are talking about where their issues are with their broadband service. We've heard from schools. We've heard from a school superintendent who can't even conduct business at his own home. He has to go back to the school in the middle of the night if something comes up with the school system. Businesses, but mostly individuals. They fall into a packet of unserved, yes, so you think, well, how are they contacting you? Maybe they can get service at work or something like that. Underserved or service promised undelivered, you know, certain speeds promised, you're paying for this, but you're not getting it. And other things are sort of regional, where certain areas that are more rural or less populous have less service or less availability. And then some providers, who I will remain unnamed, were highlighted in this. So I am planning to use this.
You could tell me later who they were.
Pardon?
You could tell me later who those providers were.
And so I'm planning to use this data that we're recontacting everybody and use this with my broadband council to help them fulfill their mapping as they're moving out. Because I was surprised it was such an overwhelming response and very pleased. So it's called www.capito.senate.gov/share your stories. So I want to talk about something just really detail here oriented. You said maps by the summer. In your comments, your written statements, you said that we prepare to launch these programs in a little more than 100 days, because as we get to share our stories, people are saying, yeah, you've talked about how you're going to get us broadband. When is this coming? Because there's such an appetite. So could you line out a little bit more of the timeline?
Yeah.
Just briefly, yeah.
So first of all, we would like to get the info from Share Your Stories.
We will.
Because, as I said, we are deep into stakeholder engagement at the moment. So listen, this will be a challenge, because here's the way it's going to work. Right now, we're doing our request for comment, trying to get we can. We are charging towards a goal of second week of May, third week of May, to put out the notice of funding opportunity. So that's kind of the starting gate for the states. Mid-May, starting gate, apply. They'll let us know if they want to apply. I'm sure they all will. Then we're going to provide them with a $5 million planning grant. But and then they start working on their state plan. And it will take them time. It will take them months to do their state plan. They have to do stakeholder engagement. That takes months. I was with the governors the other day.
Does the stakeholder engagement have to begin in May? Can they be doing that now?
They should be doing it now, but they'll know they can do it now. They can do it now. Yes, they can, and they should.
As long as they document. And
Exactly. But, you know, I was with the governors on Saturday, and they're like, we're ready to go now. We want our money now. I'm like, respectfully, you're not. Have you checked this box on permitting? Have you checked this box on building out your broadband office? Have you really done consultation with the tribes and the ISPs and the municipalities? But here's the nut of it, Senator. We need the FCC to produce the maps before we can even run the formula to figure out how much money every state has. So, and I don't know. I mean, the FCC chairwoman testified to June. They're telling us summer. I hope it is summer, and if it is, then we can get to work thereafter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the sooner the better. You know that. I mean, you know but we want to do it right. We want to do it accurately. I know there's been a lot of questions on this, and certainly in the Share Our Stories, I saw this and I alluded to it. There are areas that are sort of in the fine line of underserved and unserved. They may have availabilities, but it's you know, a $200 a month satellite availability that in the mountains of West Virginia, a lot of times people are getting kicked off or other things. So I was supposing that you're going to be planning for those gray areas. I think Senator Moran was sort of getting to that in his question.
Yeah. So, we look at the speeds, below 25.3 is
Right.
unserved, below 120 is underserved. We're also going to rely on the governors and the local broadband offices. I mean, they know. They
Right.
know. In West Virginia,
Right.
where is it spotty? Where is it insufficient? And so that's why we're asking the states to put together plans, and we're relying on the states to tell us, hey, I don't care what your maps say, I'm telling you these cluster has poor service, and that's why we want to use our money to connect this cluster or run fiber there.
Yeah.
And a lot of what you're talking about, those technologies, they probably need fiber, which
Right.
is what we're doing here, so it's high quality.
Right. All right. I think my time is up. Unfortunately, I have about 20 more questions.